I'm at Dorothy Dix Parks in Raleigh, North Carolina. The Thomas Dambo sculptures. There's 5 here in Raleigh at Dix Park. I've looked at the other 4. There is one in Charlotte and one in High Point. And my understanding, there are going to be others built in Asheville and other places. But when I look at the sculptures, when I look at the trolls, and I also look at the trees, I'm looking at a combination of God's creation. I'm looking at nature. I'm hearing the wind in the trees, and I'm looking at just how profound the search for God, the relationship with God is for all people, regardless of what your religion is, no matter what your background, and no matter what. When I was younger and I read some of the stories when I was in elementary school, and then ironically as I got older, I forgot how to be a child. And as a result of this, I was pretty much afraid of everything, including fairy tales. But I've grown now, and I realize that there are people that have so much talent. And in that talent that they have, they simply want to be free. So you're watching people whose one goal it is simply to be free, to understand the power of creation. And there are times in my life where I feel like I probably got too trapped up in religion. I'm Christian, but I'm now one who honestly believes in the power of God's creation, including the things that I see here. And I don't get hung up into what other people's beliefs are. I don't accept all of them, but I can't accept that many beliefs. But what I can accept is that I was created by God, and not to hate other folk, but to be a part of the redemption of mankind. Now, sometimes people don't want to do anything but a Bible study, but I have this belief that God is to be praised and worshiped, and you're going to be able to get past many of the things you can't get over. While out on Dorothy Dix campus, I walked by one building that for 3 years I visited a close family member. And that family member was at Dix to ensure that as a teenager that they would not commit suicide. That person has since died, but I see past that particular building. I hated it with a passion, and yet it was a safe space because it helped us to live, and to live as long as she did. Something I'll never get past and never get over. And but it was there. In other words, when I walked on the campus, I was able to see life, hope. I was able to deal with the realities of this life. This is Dorothy Dix campus here in Raleigh, North Carolina, with many city and state and government facilities. But also, Dorothy Dix is named after a woman who was a mental health advocate, but she also was a racist. And she had some very, very negative views about black people. And this is a part of my study. So I'm not, when I was in my undergrad at Duke, so I'm not making this up. But I'm just saying that when you walk to a place like this, it's very, very easy to not understand the magnitude of what God has done, not only with people, but also with situations. So I simply want to encourage you today that if you're not going to come to Dorothy Dix, some people, this is not for you. You have other ways, but do whatever other ways to live, but just live. Do not find yourself just existing. Now, it has taken me a long time to get here, but I would have it no other way. So again, Michael L. Dublin, a man on a journey, Michael L. Dublin Sr., and I just hope that you will live. God bless you.